Hi, it's Patrea Psychologist. How often have you heard that it takes 21 days to make a new habit? Well, what if I was to say that that's just myth busted? Where it came from was in 1960 in a book called Cybernetics. A plastic surgeon by the name of Maxwell Maltz shared some observations of his plastic surgeon patients. These were people who were getting new faces from, injuries, etc. That it took them 21 days to get used to their new face. Also, as a surgeon, he operated on and conducted amputations, and that the patients from these procedures again took 21 days to kind of get used to their new situation. He also made the observation that it took 21 days for people who moved into a new home or new house to feel like it was home. So he talked about in his book that it took a minimum of 21 days to get used to, a new outcome. Or in particular, he was talking about 21 days for a new image to gel and become something that became familiar. That statement really led to the self-help industry latching onto it and saying it takes 21 days to develop a new habit. So plenty of people have had the expectation that it only takes 21 days to create a new habit, and that took hold for decades until in 2010 some research at the University College of London published some findings where they showed really how long it does take to create a new behaviour and create a new habit. So they got people to choose whether to have a health behaviour or do some new activity that was either dietary or activity based. And what they did was they tracked these people for a period of 84 days. And during that time, some people made changes and found that they stuck and stayed automatic in just 18 days, and others got to the end of the 84-day study and found that they still had the behaviour and it wasn't quite yet automatic. So what they found that it took on average 66 days. That's a far cry from 21 days, more than 3 times the duration of what that typical myth had been leading people to expect, that they could change behaviours. On average 66. And there was one person who hadn't quite finished, who hadn't quite automatic, that they could just do it without terribly much thinking. So that's 8 months to become a natural habit for them. So for all of us, when we're undertaking any kind of new behaviour, whether it's a health habit, a work habit, or whatever, we've got to expect that we're in it for a bit of a long haul. That's 66 days. So that's not something that we can just, shoot for and get through fairly easily. It's got to be something we've got to do with some degree of persistence and consistent effort involved in it. But those 66 days will come and you can achieve that. So for me today, I'm celebrating 66 days of consecutive Facebook Lives. So yay me. So for you, where do you think you could be in 66 days? So with the end of our decade approaching, we've got an opportunity to set not just New Year's resolutions, but new decade resolutions. And so by March 6th, 2020, you might be on your way to a new habit, a new you. But you could get a bit of a kickstart on that because we've got 25 days till the end of this year. And that's an opportunity for you to get a good start on whatever new habit you want to put in place. So here's to looking for 66s, because that's where you're going to get the key changes, and finding a way to maintain that habit through the 66 days is really going to be beneficial. So, hopefully you can stick with the 66 days. Looking forward to hearing how you go and succeed with your new habits. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.